Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So on today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how not to make coconut curry chicken, but I use shrimp in this recipe. I am going to link the recipe in the description box though if anybody is interested in trying it, because it does look really good. And even though I made this wrong, it still tasted good to me. So anyway, right now I'm just showing y'all the ingredients that I use. So you need tomato sauce, coconut milk, diced tomatoes. You're gonna use half an onion, salt, pepper, curry powder, and some olive oil. And that's it. Like, it's really simple. But so now I'm just peeling my shrimp. I know a lot of people have a hard time peeling shrimp, but honestly, y'all, all you gotta do is just squeeze the tail off and the rest comes off so easy. So that's what I'm gonna be doing here, and I'm probably just gonna fast forward through this because, you know, there's no point in me talking through this whole thing. So we'll be back. Alright, so now I'm getting ready to cut this onion up, and honestly, y'all, I suck at cutting onions and bell peppers and any type of vegetables, so don't mind me. And I need a new knife because the struggle was real. But you know, y'all know how to slice an onion. For the recipe though, you want to slice it thinly, or really slice it however you want to. You know, eat your food how you want to eat it. It don't really matter. So that's what I'm getting ready to do here, and I'm definitely gonna fast forward through this because y'all don't need to see my struggle. Well, you'll see it, but we don't need to talk about it. Actually, the struggle wasn't as bad as I thought it would. Well, you know, okay. Okay, so the first half of the video, that was pretty simple. This is where I kind of started to mess up on the recipe. So right here, you're going to add your curry seasoning and the olive oil in a skillet, but honestly the recipe says to mix it, I guess, in a bowl or something first. I didn't do that the first time I made it, and I didn't plan on doing it now. But instead of looking at the recipe, I decided that I just kind of was gonna eyeball it, and that right there, that's too much olive oil. And so once you put your olive oil in the skillet, you're going to want to add your curry powder, which I should have checked the measurement on that also, but honestly, I don't really feel like this part really matters that much. The olive oil definitely did make a difference because once I finished, I could kind of see the oil in there, but the curry powder, you know, whatever, put as much of that as you want to. But yeah, so you're gonna do this and get it mixed up real good. Now, the reason that I wanted to make this dish again was because the first time I made it with tofu, and it was really good, but I forgot the tomato sauce that time. So I was like, let me try this again, and I wanted to try it with shrimp. So this is actually my first time eating shrimp in almost 2 months because I've been on just a plant-based diet, but I decided to go ahead and switch back to pescatarian. Well, not switch back to, but switch to pescatarian. So I thought this would be a good first meal because when I made it the first time, I was like, this would be really good with some shrimp. So right now, I'm just adding some more curry because at this point, I realized I put way too much olive oil in the pot, so in the skillet. So I was like, okay, let me just add some more curry powder, whatever. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now, and I'm getting ready to add the onions into this, and we're gonna get that mixed in and get it nice and soft. So I'll be right back to show you guys that part. Alright, so right here you just want to add your onions in and get them nice and sauteed. Y'all know how to saute some onions, so I don't really need to talk too much during this part. I did have to go back and kind of cut some of my onions up a little bit because of the way I cut it. I don't know why I cut my onion the way that I did, but you know, whatever. So yeah, just saute your onions and get them nice and soft, and then you are going to add the rest of the ingredients. Alright y'all, so far so good. So now we are adding in a 14-ounce can of coconut milk, and then you want to add in your tomato sauce, which this is where I really messed up because I did not realize that it was supposed to only be an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, and I put a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce in mine, but it's okay because it still tasted good. And then you're gonna do a 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes, and like I said, I made this same dish last week, so I still had some diced tomatoes left over from that, so I'm just gonna pour those in there, and then, you know, just season it up with a little salt and pepper. Maybe I'm talking a little bit too fast. Come on, hang on. Alright, so once you got everything mixed up, you're going to add in some salt and pepper, and the recipe does call for 3 tablespoons of sugar, which I forgot to add in on camera. I only added 3 teaspoons though, because that's what I put in mind the last time, just 3 teaspoons. I feel like 3 tablespoons of sugar, that's just too much. So add in your salt and pepper, stir it up, put the lid on it, and you're gonna let this cook for 30 to 40 minutes. If you're adding meat to it, like chicken or even with the tofu, you can go ahead and add it in at this point and let it cook with it. Honestly though, if you do tofu, because when I made it last week, my tofu got a little crumbly, so maybe you should add the tofu in at the end. But your chicken, you can go ahead and cook it for the 30 to 40 minutes with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on, and then I'm gonna show y'all how I made my shrimp. Okay, so for the shrimp, I seasoned it with a little bit of olive oil, some salt, pepper, and then some of the curry powder. So I got this old school electric skillet that I'm gonna use. It's like my favorite thing to use. Put a little bit of olive oil in there and add your shrimp to it. You don't need to let the shrimp cook that long because it is gonna cook a little bit more when you add them into your sauce. But make sure that you add the shrimp if you are gonna cook this with shrimp. Make sure you put the shrimp in at the end or you will overcook your shrimp. Now these shrimps, they kind of disappointed me a little bit because I bought what I thought was medium size, which honestly I don't ever buy medium size shrimp. I always buy the large size, so maybe this is what medium size look like. But when I poured the shrimps into the water to thaw out and I saw these little bitty shrimps coming out the bag, I was upset. Like I was ready to call Walmart. Somebody was about to give me another bag of shrimp, but it's fine. So I go ahead and cook the shrimp, and I did end up cooking some more shrimp because that just wasn't enough for me. I love shrimp, and would have been my first time eating it since 2 months ago or whatever. Like, I wanted a lot of shrimp, so I'm just cooking these, and I'm going to you know, whenever I get back in the camera, I'm gonna start flipping them at some point. Where I'm at, okay, there we go. So you just want to start flipping them over and let them cook on the other side, and you're gonna put them in a bowl off to the side until you're ready to add them to the sauce. Alright, so this is what the sauce is looking like, probably about 20 to 30 minutes in. And this might have been around the time that I went ahead and added my shrimp in, but I forgot to record that part. So, you know, this is what you get. But here is the finished product. I believe there's some shrimp in there. Yeah, the shrimp's in there. So this is what it looked like, and it came out like, it tasted really good to me. Honestly, I just wish that I had bigger shrimps because the size of the shrimp matters, okay? It matters. So this is it, guys. I hope y'all try it. Hope y'all like it. If not, you know, whatever. So this is the final results. It tasted really good to me, y'all. Honestly, even with the extra tomato sauce, it still tasted really good. So I'm gonna leave the link to the recipe in the description box, so y'all try it out and make it the right way, or you can make it this way, you know, whatever. And just let me know what y'all think. But I will see you guys in the next video.